A Toronto Maple Leafs signing is imminent, as well as Alex Ovechkin is back and breaking records, and I'll break it all down for you coming up on this episode of Hattrick HQ. But before we get into it, just want to say if you're one of the thousands of people watching this, then subscribe to the channel and you love the NHL just like all of us here, make sure down below, hit that subscribe button for your daily dose of NHL content. But with that said, let's get right into the first topic of the video today, which is Ovi makes history. And as we take a look here, it says Alex Ovechkin became the third player in NHL history to record at least 19 straight 20-goal seasons, joining the ranks of Gordie Howe, who had 22, and Brendan Shanahan, who had 19, the same number as Ovi. And if we take a look here, this is the most 20-plus goal seasons in NHL history. Now, Alex Ovechkin moves to third all-time on that list, tied with a number of players, Jaromir Jagr, Brendan Shanahan, just to name a couple. But, in second here is Ron Francis with 20, and obviously Gordie Howe in the number one spot with 22. And if we take a look here, it says Alex Ovechkin at 38 years old is the most disappointing season of his career, has many more goals than Tarasenko, Schmaltz, Scheifele, Giroux, Barkov, Sasha Barkov, Alex Tuch, Oliver Bjorkstrand, and he's still a pretty good goal scorer. And yes, a lot of people are saying that this is Alex Ovechkin's worst year of his career. Obviously, he didn't have the start that he wanted, and a lot of people were saying, oh, he fell off and all this stuff. But he has proven yet again to be one of the greatest goal scorers of all time, definitely the greatest goal scorer of our generation. And this just proves it here, as Alex Ovechkin has scored 12 goals in his past 21 games. That's a 46-goal pace over a season. And obviously, if he didn't have such a rough, first little bit of the season, I think he would be up around this number. I think if he was scoring on the pace that he is right now, we could easily see him at 30 goals at this point in the season. But unfortunately, it wasn't the case. He was struggling a little bit and stuff like that. Washington's having a little bit of a down year as well. So, now he's picking it up, and 12 in his last 21 is a great sign for the grade 8 Alex Ovechkin. And I think it's just great. It just proves the type of player he is here, to be up among the ranks of NHL greats like Brendan Shanahan, like Jaromir Jagr, like Gordie Howe, Ron Francis, all these guys who have had multiple 20-plus goal seasons in their career. I think this is a great feat for this guy, and obviously he's still chasing Gretzky's record. I believe right now, as I'm recording this video, he's 54 goals away from breaking that record. And at 38 years of age, I do think that he could break this record. I think if he comes back next season, and he can finish this season with about 25, maybe close to 30 goals at the pace he is right now, maybe we could see him take that number a bit closer, get it down, under the 50 mark. And I think it may take him 2 more seasons to break this record. But if he's going into next season needing 49, 48 goals here, I really do think that this is possible. And if he has a great, phenomenal year, we've seen him do it before, multiple time Maurice Richard winner. He could have a season like this. I know he will be 39 years of age, so nobody really expects this to happen, but he does have the caliber to do this. I mean, he has such a great shot, one of the better shots of our generation. When he gets in Ovi's office, it's going in all the time, teeing him up on the power play. He's got such a prolific power play scorer. And I think that he will break this record before his career is out. I think, once he gets to 40, maybe he goes into his 40-year-old season with, maybe 20 goals left to break this record. I really do think that this is possible to happen. But it will be interesting to watch. The Ovi watch for breaking Gretzky's record is definitely going to be on over the next couple of years. And I really do hope that we get to see him break this record, because obviously this is a record that hasn't been touched in a very long time. And it would just be fun to see that record be broken here during our lifetime. And obviously, Washington struggling a little bit right now, but they do have Ovechkin. They do have some guys here that they can retool for next year and try to, go after another playoff run here, get a playoff spot next season. And I think Ovechkin is really going to be heading this up. Obviously, like I said, such a great goal scorer. He's a guy who can go out there and score for you on any given night. Like I said, obviously he did struggle at the beginning of the year, but now proven that he's back. He's so back right now, just scoring like he was. And I think if he started the season off here, we could even see this record be broken next season. But obviously, like I said, had a little bit of a slump during the beginning of the year, but he's back now, looking like the old Ovi. And he has a lot of more goals than some goal scorers in the NHL right now. So I think maybe he ends the season with about 25 goals, goes into next season, see if he can break this record, and he comes back in his 40-year-old season to try to break it as well. But I want to hear from you guys down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on Alex Ovechkin? Do you think he's going to break Gretzky's record? Let me know down below in the comment section. But we're going to get into our second topic of the video today, which is Leafs prospect signing imminent. And if we take a look here, this is on Cade Weber, and in case you missed it, Cade Weber, they did acquire Cade Weber at the trade deadline for a 6th round pick. This guy playing with Boston University right now. They say he sat down with an interview with Josh Cloak from The Athletic, and he says he intends to sign with the Leafs. He says, that's the plan. I want to get up there, compete, and be a part of what's happening there for the next few years. He says, I was a little bit surprised, but excited to be a part of an organization that obviously wants me. And he also goes on to say here, this is what they say here in this article, is that it appears that GM Brad Treliving feels the same way. He said in the post-trade deadline presser that the Leafs want to put pen to paper with the big defenseman as soon as possible. Important to note that Cade Weber must sign with the Maple Leafs before August 15th. If not, he will be a UFA. But they also say here that the trade was a part of a plan of Treliving to bolster his team's defense in a long-term perspective instead of a rental. The 23-year-old is a stay-at-home defenseman sitting at, yes, that's right, 6'7". This guy is a massive guy. I mean, shades of Zdeno Chara in the stature of this guy. But he does have 6 assists in 33 games played this season. His offensive game is not mind-blowing, but his presence on the blue line will be crucial for the Leafs moving forward. And it is important to note here that he did win Best Defensive Defenseman in the Hockey East, which is where Boston University plays in college and university league. And I think this is great for him. Just shows, he's such a great defensive defenseman. Obviously, at 6'7", it's going to be hard to get in front of this guy or try to, beat this guy because he has such a long reach, such a big body too. He's just going to tower over you. He's great at laying the body. He's great at blocking shots, doing, this stuff kind of off the offensive side of the game. But I think this is a great project here for the Toronto Maple Leafs and Brad Treliving, because I think, you bring this guy over, you sign him, get him in the AHL and see where it goes from there. Maybe we may see him, next year with the Toronto Maple Leafs at some point. Obviously, this guy's still young, still, trying to adjust to his first year pro here when he comes over next season. But it will be interesting to see what happens with Cade Weber here. I think he's going to be a phenomenal defensive defenseman with the Marlies. I mean, he's proven it with the Best Defensive Defenseman Award for Hockey East. Obviously, like you see, a lot of people will see 6 assists and say, we're writing this guy off. But like they say, his offensive game isn't going to shock you. He can get on the score sheet, at times. But what's going to stand out here is his ability to shut down plays, shut down top offenses here. And we've seen this in university with this guy. So really hope that transitions over here with the Marlies next season, or maybe towards the end of this season. I think that would be fun to watch here. And I think this would be great for signing for the Toronto Maple Leafs here. I think this guy has a lot of potential, and a lot of potential to, like they say here, have a long-term impact here in Toronto, make his development great, and then try to get him up here at 6'7". It's hard to turn this guy away. I mean, a defensive defenseman, I believe right-handed shot. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, this is just exciting signing for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Obviously, they've seen something in this guy. The trade the 6th round pick for him, it is very low risk here, which is great. But this is what they say here. This is what he said about, coming over. He said the goal is to go straight to the NHL for his plans for the 24-25 campaign. But he says, but whatever the Leafs think is best for me and whatever the best fit is going to give me the best chance to get to that next level. And he also says here, or they say here in this article that he shall get a contract before the end of the season. The expectation is that he will report to the Leafs AHL team, the Toronto Marlies, and will only then play for the big club the following season, which makes perfect sense, allowing Weber to put his feet in at the professional level and not quickly jump into the NHL right away. The Leafs aren't exactly waiting for Weber to step in right away, hence why they acquired Edmondson and Lyubushkin to help this team for another playoff run. But if he, exceeds here in the AHL, I think, he could come up here and try to give these guys a run for their money here and try to, implement himself as maybe a third pairing defenseman for this Toronto Maple Leafs team next season. And like they say here, I don't expect to see him in a Leafs uniform this year. I mean, I could be wrong here, but I do think he'll be tested out here in the Marlies, like they say here, get his feet wet, get adjusted to playing pro, and I'm really excited to see this guy come over. I really hope this signing does happen very soon, because I think I'm really high on this guy. I've been watching highlights and stuff of this guy in university, and I think he has what it takes to be a great defenseman here. And obviously, everybody knows on this channel how much I love defensive defensemen, and this is what you're getting here. You need these guys on your team to win championships. This is a guy who's going to shut down plays. He's actually great at distributing the puck too, great at getting those zone exits up to his forwards, and I think this is just a solid would be a solid signing here for the Toronto Maple Leafs to make this happen, and I'm really excited to see this guy make his way over. I think he's going to have a great impact here with the Toronto Marlies if he does come towards the end of their season. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about Cade Weber? And let me know down below in the comments what you think. We're going to get in everybody's favorite topic here, which is comment of the day. And the comment of the day today goes to Pat G, our boy Pat G Mafia. Shout out to you, Pat G, day one supporter here on the channel. Love seeing your support here throughout, this almost the better part of this year now. We really appreciate all your support here on the videos. He says Robertson needs line 1 work when Marner gets back. Burton Noyes on lines 2 and 3. He said, good show, KC. And if you missed yesterday's video, we did talk about Nick Robertson and is he the missing piece for this Toronto Maple Leafs team. I think it would be fun to see him maybe get up on this top line just to, see how he gels with, the Matthews and guys like this. I think that would be really interesting to see. But I think for now, the bottom 6 role is perfect for him. I think he's going to add much secondary offense to this bottom 6 and really spark the offense throughout this lineup. Really high on this guy, and I think he has a potential to be a great goal scorer in this league, and I'm really excited for this guy, to get a shot here in the NHL. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road for 3,500 subscribers here on the channel, so, if you enjoy the videos, make sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button. And if you want to check out that Nick Robertson video that I was just talking about, it'll be popping up on your screen right now. But as always, I've been your host, KC. Keep your stick on the ice.